Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. We're in the midst of a shop update, but today's our day off, so I'm getting some stuff done around the house. As you saw, I just cleaned the kitchen, and I have a lot more to do. Starting with, I'm gonna get some groceries. We've been doing a meal prep service for the shop update, which is nice. We can just like microwave meals at the end of the day, but we still need other stuff, like for lunches, snacks, whatever. So we're just missing some of our grocery staples, so I wanna go pick those up. And I'm gonna walk to the grocery store with my little rolly cart, because that'll be my walk for the day. I haven't been getting in my walks throughout the shop update because I'm on my feet all day and my feet hurt. But today we'll get in the walk since I won't be packing orders. I think I'll just finish my coffee when I get back. Otherwise, it might hit the bladder mid-walk. But yeah, I still have my old trusty rolly cart that I got in Vancouver because, well, for that last while, we lived right across the street from the grocery store, so I would always walk to get groceries. But even before that, like before I had my car, I would take this thing onto the SkyTrain and ride to the grocery store and haul it all back. So yeah, I kept it, even though usually we just drive. Especially because we like to go to a farther out grocery store usually, but if we just need a few things, then we go to the closer one. The weather's ridiculously nice. Like I'm just in my sweater here, and I'm scared I'm gonna get too hot as I keep walking. I can see my breath though, a little bit. It's the sun. The sun is nice. During shop updates, it's all about the easy meals. Bananas. I don't want to buy too much because this is the more expensive grocery store. I want to limit myself somewhat. They have some really nice pre-made things here. They're cheaper and higher grammage than the meal prep service we're using right now. Chicken pesto bowl. Ooh. I've got a lot of stuff in my cart right now I should probably pass, but just something to think about maybe for the next shop update. And there's some bigger stuff, of course. There's no way I could get these into my rolly without them just spilling everywhere. Maybe some of the shorter ones, because they could lay flat. These are nice platters. Look at these things. Whoa. Yeah, I went a little overboard. I had to bust out the Bailey J bag that I keep in my purse, but I just stuffed it on top because these last few things are a bit rectangular, so I was struggling. Yeah, definitely got more than planned. And that's heavy because there's a box of pop in there and a 4 liter of milk plus everything else. So, I can do it. Ugh. Okay, here's everything laid out. We have the Dr. Pepper Zero, which turns out was $1 off. There was no sale sign on it, but it rang up on sale. These spring rolls looked pretty good, so I grabbed those. There are these flatbread pizzas. They're brie, prosciutto, and fig, which sounded so intriguing, so I had to get them. They're kind of small, so I got one for each of us. And then I could not resist these apple fritters. Look at these. Oh. I couldn't leave those behind. I was fairly certain we had an onion, but I grabbed one just in case. Turns out, no, we used that onion, so good thing I grabbed that. Some milk. These jalapeno cheese buns. We're gonna have to eat them quick though. They were on sale because they're gonna go bad soon. And then the bread. Their bread is so expensive for made in store, but baked in store is just the way I gotta go for bread. So the Superstore loaves are $3. This is $4.69, and it is smaller than the Superstore ones, but it's more sour. It's the better sourdough, personally. Although I do like the density of the Superstore ones. They're nice and dense and filling. Some apples. The salads I showed you, along with some dressing. Apparently you have to pay extra for the dressing. And then I grabbed these croutons. They just look good. And they were on sale, and I was like, you know what? That will be a nice way to kind of bulk up the salad. And some bananas, cantaloupe, and eggs. And that was 104 Canadian dollars. There's a lot of pre-made things here, which really adds to the price, like $10 here, $9, stuff like that. And it's also the more expensive grocery store. But yeah, that's the haul. More stuff than I was planning. That's a pretty decent size haul. I thought I was getting like milk, bread, and fruit. And then I came back with all this. I haven't eaten yet. Maybe that's why I bought so much stuff. So I'm gonna have some more of this and have one of these. Christian already grabbed a couple. I kind of want a loaf too, but that should be for dessert later. Also, there was an espresso delivery waiting on the front step when I got back. Mostly stocked up on hazelnut because that's my go-to. We were getting a little low on the double espressos, so I grabbed some of those. We still have a lot of decaf and half calf, so I didn't buy any of that. But there was a new holiday flavor I had to try. Cinnamon and candied tamarind? I don't know, but... Our realtor got us this Nespresso machine as a gift when we bought the house, and I've been hooked ever since. I drank the last hazelnut this morning. We gotta restock. Go, go, go. I used to stock more flavors, but eventually I realized what my favorites were, and now I just stick to that. I do keep some Melozio, which is, I mean, it is still a little sweet, but it's kind of like a plain coffee, and so I have that option mainly for if guests are here, they don't want a flavored one, because I pretty much always go hazelnut. And then Red Stripe is decaf. I've got a couple flavors. There's the Melozio again, and then this is a vanilla, sweet vanilla. And then these red swirls are the half calf, which again just tastes like a regular coffee, like probably even more regular than the Melozio does. Ooh, we have an opening. Yes. And then these are the double espressos up top. Oh my gosh, look at these cuties. I mean, it kind of looks like a boob, like a muscular boob, you know, like those anatomy textbooks. But it's still cute. There we go. Whee! It's full. For the record, I did wash the rind because I knew I was going to be stacking them like this. When I filmed my first cut, it hadn't been washed yet, and I was like, wait a minute, wash it first. Because the rind is touching all the inner bits. This container's got little breathy holes, and it's got a little tray at the bottom, so if some juices are leaking out, they kind of pool underneath the fruit instead of the fruit swimming in it. Okay, next project is this. I finally need to hang this thing. I might actually do this part first. Before the repotting, put this in the ceiling. I'm gonna need to get the stud finder. I don't even know if I can reach the ceiling. From the wall and measure the same distance from the other wall, so it's like a square equidistant point. Okay, I've located the joist and measured my spot, and I'm going to drill a pilot hole, and I want the width of the drill hole to be about the width of the core of the screw without the thread. And when in doubt, start small, because you can always drill a bigger hole. I might start with this. I'm gonna have to screw this in by hand and like with pliers. So if it's too narrow, it's gonna be too hard to get it in. Definitely hit the joist. Okay, this first bit's just drywall, so that's gonna go easy. I almost wish the screw was longer, so more of it was going into the wood. That felt way too easy. The drywall is probably like ½ an inch thick. So half the screw is just in drywall, not in the actual joist. Seems twisted, but maybe that's by design. Or this just got twisted in itself. Oh, did I just fix it? I did, okay. She's untwisted. Now I gotta repot the plant. The plant is in plant jail. Because it's toxic to cats. But it'll be hanging up out of their reach, plus they're not plant chewers to begin with. And yes, I thought this was a pothos when I bought it. Okay, I was at a greenhouse and I asked them to show me where the pothos were, and they brought me to this section and they specifically pulled this one down and was showing it to me, and I was like, ooh, I like the light green color, but yeah, it's like a philodendron cordatum I didn't read that. I just like, I mean, even if I did, I would have thought, oh, that must mean pothos. But whatever, she's gorge. This I just got from the dollar store because this is what I'm going to repot it into, just so it has something a little bigger. And I want to drill some drainage holes in it. And then in the basket, I've got this bowl that will collect any overflow water. Just because people at the greenhouse seemed like they're convincing me that this plastic liner is not enough to catch excess water. So they're like, you don't want to ruin your basket. So I got this also at the dollar store. I was looking for a plate specifically that would fit in here, but there weren't the best options for like a deep tray. So bowl it is. And then for soil, all I have is tropical potting mix, but I'm sure that's fine. For added drainage that tropicals need, I'm sure this plant would like that. Maybe it is classified as tropical. I don't know. I'm just using what I have. I'm becoming a plant lady. It's all because of this tree that came with the house. It's just so good. And then the money tree that made it from the move from Vancouver. This one's newer. And this money tree, very new. That's pretty easy. I'm gonna go bigger. I think this is ever so slightly raised in the middle, so I think it makes more sense to have the holes closer to the edge. And one in the middle just because. That's what we have. That's probably enough. We need to cut more to the corner. Oh, that was too much. Help! I'll just scoot some to the side, maybe. I'll loosen it up a little bit, but I don't want to damage the roots. Well, okay, you're just going in like that. I actually have the dirt at a pretty good height, although filling the sides is going to be tricky. I think I'd have to just scoop it. I do have a trowel. Maybe I should... Good thing I haven't cleaned the floors yet. The foliage is much more dense on this side. It's harder to get in there. The water is beating off the surface of the dirt. Stop that. The bowl's doing its job. Now the greenhouse people told me to take this down every time I water it and flood it with water, let it drain and then put it back. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing all that, but I'm kind of doing it this first time. Give it a bunch of water. Now I'm just debating how to hang this. Like, should I put the basket in the macrame empty just so I can like get it in there? Maybe. And then I can try to drop the bowl and bucket in. Oops, let that sit in too long. It's draining onto the counter. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Originally I had a brown basket so that the green of the leaves would contrast. But then I found the brown with macrame and I was like, that's just too cute. No, you know what? I think I need to pull it down. Okay. It's hefty. I don't trust this. I do not. This is gonna fall. Okay. This thing seems so tangled in itself. Gently. Okay. I can tweak it over time and it'll grow certain directions. Like, I have a feeling it's gonna wanna go towards the front door light because more light comes in there than this window. Look at that shoot. Whoa. It might have been doing that because I had it in a dark room. Poor thing. It's finally out. Although this corner isn't exactly bright. But isn't that cute? I just ordered this 30 minutes ago from Canadian Tire, and it's here. Our doorknob's worn out, like the inner mechanism inside's worn out, so the tongue will not depress fully, and it's so hard to get in the house. Not as bad as the front door, but like the tongue's not going in all the way. We changed it out. Woo, 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 woo. I was gonna possibly put away the fall decor today, but I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day. The front door thing was an extra task. I was not planning on doing that at all today. We've just been putting it off for so long that I was like, let me at least order the hardware. And then we did all of it. So yeah, maybe next weekend we can put away the fall and take out some of the Christmas decor. I also need to finish cleaning up this mess and put away some of the tools and stuff. So I'll do that and then chill for the rest of the night. It is now Sunday. It's a work day for us. We decided this would be a one-day weekend only just so we can get more shop stuff done. But yes, yesterday after I stopped vlogging, we watched a movie because we're doing a thing where each month we each pick a movie based around a certain theme, and this month's theme was non-Disney fairy tales. So my movie earlier in the month was Ella Enchanted, which I've never seen, and then Christian picked one called I Am Dragon. Neither of us had seen it, didn't really know much about it. But I loved it. It's just for free on YouTube. Although it was dubbed, I think I would have liked it better in its original language with subtitles. But I still loved it. It's kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it's just so creative and it was just so enjoyable. Visually, it's gorgeous. And yeah, it's free on YouTube if you're interested in watching it. Now, so far today, I've been editing this vlog just to make sure I'm ready because I'm going to be stopping filming by Monday. Back when I was posting one vlog a week earlier in the year, I was filming Monday through Wednesday, but that's only 3 days. Now I'm switching it up, so I'm filming Wednesday through Monday. So the reverse. It ends up being up to 6 days of filming instead of just 3. Plus that puts the weekend smack dab in the middle so that I can film more personal things. Although for this week, since I had to try to get on to the new schedule, I started filming on Saturday instead of Wednesday. But yeah, hopefully that gets us more personal stuff. This vlog was front loaded with that since I started filming on the weekend, which I'm sure most people will like because it seems like most people want more of that stuff and it's making it more interesting for me. There were a couple comments from people saying they thought that there was not enough shop content, which is wild to me because I feel like that's all I've been filming lately is like shop prep and stuff like that. And so I don't know how I would squeeze in more. So it's currently 12:45. I'm going to work until 4 o'clock. I'm not going past that because it's Grey Cup day. I'm just a little cold, which is why I have the jacket on. Riders are in the Grey Cup. It's been a while, I must say. And they're facing off against the Alouettes, which is something because there was a horrific rider loss against the Alouettes in the 2009 Grey Cup. I remember it vividly because I was there. So what happened at this Grey Cup was that there was time for one last play and Alouettes had possession and they were behind by 2 points. So they're like, okay, we're going to go for a field goal. And so we're sitting there like, oh my God, no, please don't get it. Please don't get it. They don't get it. They miss the kick. And we're like, woo! Thinking we just won. But there was a flag on the play because Saskatchewan got a penalty for having too many players on the field. So Alouettes got to move up 10 yards and reattempt the field goal, and they got it. And Saskatchewan lost by that 1 point. And so it was painful, I'm not gonna lie. And this current Grey Cup's now bringing back all the feelings. I'm like, oh, same team matchup. But I believe in the Riders. They can do this. Okay, I'm warming up a little bit. I just get cold sitting at the computer because it's right in front of the windows. Maybe I do need a small space heater down there. Okay, now onto some order packing. Since everything's split into 2 packing stations right now, if I'm packing solo, I have to just do one station at a time. Because normally I can stand here and just pack the orders in their entirety, but it's not set up for that currently. So yeah, I'll do Christian's station of picking the products and putting them into the bins. And then once I have the table full of bins, I can walk over to the other station and box everything and do the shipping labels, all that. I also have a few here that I'm going to get to first because these are all letter mail, and I was setting them aside to do them all together because I have to like bust out the stamps and like the whole process of it. It's easier to just do it in batches. So whenever everything fits into a sleeve, Christian puts the freebie sticker in there, then it's all sealed up because then the freebie sticker's not loose in the flat mailer. In this case, we have 2 sleeves because there's also the mystery print bundle, and these were pre-packaged. So that's ready to go right into a flat mailer. And I like to put a piece of tape on it for the cutesies. So for letter mail, I have this app called Advanced Shipping Rules that calculates everything for the letter mail rates, and it dictates what countries are allowed to have the letter mail rates, and it takes into account like the various thresholds. Let me grab my paper. Like depending on the weight of the envelope, it costs a different amount. So it'll calculate that at checkout based on parameters I set. Because it also roughly takes into account the weight of the packaging. But my default packaging is a box, not an envelope. So like, anyway, I've got it all calculated out so that it subtracts the correct amount. And anytime the price of stamps goes up, I have to go adjust the fees it charges people. But it works out great for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't bump someone up to the higher tier that they're supposed to be paying, but it's close enough. Because of course all the weights are just an estimate. And like sometimes letter mail goes into a small envelope like this, and sometimes it's in a bigger one. Obviously that's going to affect the final weight. So in Shopify, not ShipStation, I open the order, and I have a Shopify app called Order Printer, and I have a template set up where it'll print out the customer address and my return address, and I can just stick that onto here. So I don't have to handwrite the address. And I used to have it print in landscape, but with these Munbin printers, I can't get it to print right, and so it prints vertical. So that's what the printout looks like. And then I put the stamps on, and no, I don't do a postage meter because I don't have that much letter mail to send out. I can't send letter mail outside of the country because this is commercial goods. If you have an online store where you're selling prints and stickers and stuff, you're technically not allowed to send that out of the country as letter mail. It has to go as a parcel with a customs form. I know a lot of people do it. I used to do it until I got caught and all my stuff came back to me and I was told I can't do that. So this one is between 100 and 200 grams. So I've got my stamp combination written here because a lot of my stamps are older denominations. So a 271. Now that one's empty. $1.30. Ooh, now this one's empty. And 4 7-cent stamps. I'm running low on the 7-cent stamps. I might actually do 3s and 4s because I've got a lot of those. So instead of 4 7-cent stamps, it's 4 of each of these. And these small value stamps are not adhesive. You have to lick them. So I get Rick to lick because this is a wet brush that wets the tape I use. I just use that. That one's technically upside down. The word Canada is upside down. Oh well. So there's that one. No, you don't need shoulder time. You're gonna claw up my jersey. Nope, no. Ah! Kiki, get down. Get down. You guys, I just used the last $1.30 stamp on this second one. And I'm gonna have to calculate new stamp combinations. Those are permanents. These are 271s. I'm also out of the $1.94 stamps. Oh, we'll be using up these small value ones. Okay, one of these orders is under 100 grams, so I can get away with the 271 stamp. Technically, it costs 261, so I'm only overpaying by 10 cents. Now, this next one falls into the 100 to 200 category, but what I realized is the permanent stamp value is $1.24. That's so close to my $1.30 stamps, so just add an extra 6 cents onto this sum. For this one, I did go ahead and use my 7-cent stamps. But yes, cute Christmas and bugs. So we have some packing slips here face down, set aside. These we had to skip because they contain made to order embroidery. Christian batch made a bunch of it but didn't get through all of it before I asked for his help packing orders. But now we're caught up. So that's why today he's embroidering instead of helping me pack orders, just so we can catch back up on the made to order. Okay, I've got the table filled with buckets, and then there are also some on the floor. And there are 2 more sitting up here without buckets because I ran out. But I wanted to get through the ones I had printed off. Now I'm realizing there's more stuff I can do. I want to see if I can refill some of the print sections here. There's not a whole lot for spare prints sitting aside, but I'll take a look. I'm also on the last little sleeve like this. These little custom ones we're building for the picture pour bookmarks because they're just so long. So I need some of those. And before I even pack the orders that are sitting in all those bins, I need to do the customs forms. It would actually be really nice to go do the customs for all the orders I have left, at least the non-pre-order stuff. As we get to the tail end of orders, the amount of items per order tends to go down, so it should be a little faster than it was at the start of the shop update. So I don't know if I'm actually going to pack these today. We'll see. I have a fat stack of Mountain Cat here. And you know what? I think it will fit in here. Haha. And there's Leaf. Oh, you know what? Leaf Lounger's in the same one. Oh, it fits. Okay. Apron Girl. Artsy Buns. And then that's actually it for the ones in here. The other 2 designs are Gazebo Cats and Shady Shamrocks. We have this for Shady Sham. This seems like not very much, especially compared to the Gazebo Cat stack. But I probably ordered more Gazebo Cats compared to this. I don't remember the numbers, but I'm just assuming. Although there is still a fat stack over here, I suppose. I don't know if these will even all fit. I like to offset the prints like that so it's diagonal. Because then it's easier to grab one off the top when they're offset. Especially because this is soft touch card. And yeah, it's not going to fit. It's soft touch card so they kind of stick together. Alright, you're not going in there. Maybe I'll just tuck it here for now. Ha. Then let's grab a stack of this. Ta-da! And I guess I can grab some of these. They are back here. I could probably move those extra Gazebo Cats ones back here. And squeaky seam. The Rider app literally says the game starts at 4. This says 4:30, so I'm here early. I got through all the customs info for the non-pre-order orders. And Christian will still be embroidering tomorrow, so I can start off my day tomorrow by packing up all those orders that I put in bins today. But yeah, I brought up my sketchbook for commercial breaks and these pens that I have yet to try. There are a bunch of different colors per pen. That looks so fun. And there are 6 different pens here. I don't know if there are any color dupes between them. Like, there's a light green knob on both of these. Are they the same green? We'll find out, you know? I don't know. So yeah, my plan for the rest of the night, doodle while watching the Grey Cup. And then after Grey Cup's over, since it's Sunday, we have a new episode of The Chair Company. But yeah, I'm going to refill my water, maybe get a snack. It's getting kind of close to supper time. I don't know. But at the same time, supper, I can just warm up whenever I want it. But yeah, I have this headache that I cannot kick. It's at its best. It's been all day. But meds have only helped marginally. So I've been trying to drink a lot of water. So I need another refill. I've decided I'll eat this right now. Because the sticker is warning me that I have limited time, okay? They told me to eat it tonight, yesterday. Well, wait, it says best before November 17th. And it's currently the 16th. We got time. I mean, no, just kidding. No, we don't. We have to eat it now. I had to test the greens right away. They're different. One is more yellowish, one's more bluish. They're pretty similar though. I'm in the selfie subreddit. But the game has officially started. Already one interception on the first drive. I'm just gonna leave this one here.
And Montreal is down right now, but there's an opportunity where they should have been up. 4 or 5 plays to decide the game. But when you're in a Grey Cup, every single play is crucial. Every single play has to be approached like it's the most critical play in the game. And this right here by Kenny, subjective, maybe it wasn't, but it was DPI. And he did drop an interception where he could have crawled in the end zone. So, yes, they are down, but they had opportunities where they could have been up. And if they get coming back after these next 30 minutes.
Yeah. And we were talking, you mentioned about the throws, and we talked about them. If you have open receivers and key points in big games, you got to early again. Davis Alexander's been absolutely incredible, but he's hurt. But he underthrows him again, and that's what we're seeing.
The worst thing that can happen right now.
Yeah. I'm with you. Maybe you do go to MVT. James?
Thank you, gang. Leading, not necessarily in that order. Bud Light halftime show with MGK right after this from Winnipeg. Thick.
Now, if you don't have a string like this, if you have a Bailey J zip, yes you do. Yes you do. That's where this came from. Oh yeah, get the lights going. Christian, where are your green lights? Or this. Get him! I mean, they got one more try.
His helmet.
No. Oh. No way!
Because he has the normal helmet underneath. I saw in the close-up.
Oh. Okay. That was scary. Woo!
The Saskatchewan Roughriders and Trevor Harris have won the Grey Cup.
Since like the start of the game, I saw on the CFL subreddit that Grok on Twitter was saying that the game was over and that the score was 24-17 for the Riders. It ended up being 25-17. It knows. AI's getting too good.
The 112th Grey Cup champions, Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Woo! There's the confetti. I was waiting for that. Woohoo! Alright, it's now the next morning. It's currently Monday, and I thought I would show what else I doodled last night. I just had to get this down on paper because I've had this checker design stuck in my head featuring bees, because bee collection's been on my mind. We've talked about it a bit in live streams, because when I was doing the Luna Moth collection, I was listing out ideas of what that collection could be, and bees were very high on that list. And I was like, I gotta do a bee collection at some point, and I really want to do a bee sketchbook that's got like a deep green fabric. Now, sketchbook though takes like 7 months of production time from when I order it to when I receive it. So if I did some kind of bee collection next, the sketchbook would not be part of it. But also the bee sketchbook could just be a release for later in the year. I would have to order it like now though. Like if I ordered it now, I would probably have it by the end of summer, but that's also when a fall collection should release, right? So anyway, I just wanted to get down a little bit of kind of my idea. Now it's squares. The doorbell just rang. Oh, it's so heavy. That's got to be my shipping labels from Canada Post. I was running out, so I bought some on Amazon, and I didn't actually have to dig into this stack quite yet. But I had no idea when that was gonna arrive, so I couldn't risk it. But the ones from Canada Post are free, which is why I didn't want to have to buy some, but alas. And that needed a signature, so it's a good thing I went up. Anyway, I'm imagining a tile. Okay, first of all, wait, before I get too far into that. I imagine there being two parts to the collection. So one is a very graphical version of things like this, where it's very simple. It would be like the tile thing with little bees and other things in the tiles, maybe. I don't know. And then there would be a design that's more illustrative. So think like Forest Cuddles, where this came from a full illustration. I don't know if it would be a full illustration or if I would just draw out pieces, but it could be something like this turned into something. And that way there's kind of two halves to it, and they don't have to have the same color scheme either. So yes, this would be the simple graphical version of the design. Like, I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like. This was just rough planning. So there's like a bee in there. I felt like it was really small though. So then I try to checker where the bee is outside the bounds of the square. And then I don't know what to fill other squares with though, like a hex, a heart. I do like heart, because if it's like a hive or a honey stick, it's like a honey stick doesn't really fit. A tiny hive illustration maybe. And what's funny is I was imagining a checker similar to this at first when I was coming up with the stationery collection idea. Like that brown version of the design was supposed to be more of like a beige version, and there was supposed to be like a checker with creams and beige and white. So I still want to do a checker thing. So I'm like, that might work for bees. And I was playing around with more colors in the checker, but I quickly abandoned that. I like the idea of there being a teal color with an ivory color and then gold in between, or like a goldish yellow. And this could also be a chance to do some gold foil stamping. I've been wanting to do a gold foil collection. I don't know if this is it or not. I'm in such the beginning stages. I just wanted to get that idea onto paper. And I very badly want the next sketchbook to be B, but like I said, what's the timeline for that? Ideally, I would plan out the whole collection over the next couple months and then order the sketchbook, and it would be for next spring's launch. But that's so far away, man. That's so far away. I mean, if I play my cards right, I could do a fall release that I drop in late summer like I did with Halloween Cats. And then I could still do like a winter release. The bees could be the winter release, even though I feel like at least the illustration is going to look spring-like. Because also, I don't want to do too much green for whatever my next collection is, because I feel like we've been heavy in the greens. I mean, technically the last collection was stationery, which is not heavy on the greens, but I did do Forest Cuddles, Shady Shamrocks, I drew Gazebo Cats. While those weren't full collections, kind of combined, they almost make a collection. And while the checker design is heavy on the teal, the illustration doesn't have to be, but I feel like if there's nature, there's going to be some kind of green. I don't know, I'll have to play around with it, because even like, look at this, there's a little bee on here. I picture some close-ups of flowers and stuff with a bee on it. Also got to figure out how to stylize the bee. I don't want it too cartoony, but not too realistic. And the style doesn't have to match between the graphical tile version and the illustration version. They can be different. So yes, if I want the sketchbook dropping with the products, I think it does have to be a winter shop update. But I was kind of thinking of doing an advent calendar this coming year. After that last advent calendar, I told myself I would never do it again, but I've learned a lot from it, and I've thought of some ways to ease the workload and do it better. The question is it a mixed advent calendar? Again, like a variety of products, or I do like the idea of something like a washi advent or a sticker advent or an enamel pin advent. Like, there's so many ways you could do it, but mixed is kind of more fun. So yeah, I don't know the timeline for next year yet. I probably should figure that out, but all of this to say, that's why I drew that in my sketchbook. I was debating whether or not to do some editing this morning, and I'm so glad I did, because I realized the microphone on top of my camera was backwards. So that was a little tricky to edit. Hopefully it sounds okay. If the audio sounded weird for yesterday's clips, that's why. It's bi-directional, so there's a front-facing mic and a back-facing one, but they're different, and so it just doesn't, the sound was coming through weird. Anyway, I've got the orders I picked yesterday. I'm now gonna pack them. And then just keep picking new products. That's the plan for today. Just pack as many orders as I can solo while Christian continues with the embroidery. Okay, people, it's a game of spot the Labubu. Can you find all 5? If you were in last Friday's stream on Twitch, you probably already found them all. Now, remember how I was nervous about the pre-order shirts because I couldn't get enough extra large Sage? Well, I finally heard back from the one website I ordered from, and sure enough, they canceled my order. They said they don't have it in stock. So I'm 3 shirts short for 3 shirts short for fulfilling the orders. Now, luckily, Bella and Canvas does have a heather sage green option, which looks the same except that it's a heathered fabric, and it's not 100% cotton. It's 52% cotton, 48% polyester. But it's the same color. So I reached out to 3 people to see if they would be willing to switch to that. I reached out to the last 3 people who ordered that shirt. So whoever ordered first guaranteed their shirt, and then the last 3 people. They're the ones I reached out to, so hopefully they're okay with that. That's always my nightmare with pre-orders is like, what if I can't fulfill it? And that's why I don't do the zip pre-orders, because the zips are even worse. They're so hard to get. I haven't been able to get 3XL black zips for months. And I thought surely with a Bella and Canvas t-shirt there would be plenty because it's like their basic t-shirt, but turns out they don't stock very much of the sage color. But we'll keep restocking those zips. We've been restocking those black zips multiple times, and we will continue to do so. I'll order more when I go to order the next batch of pre-order t-shirts because pre-orders are still open for the cat and dog shirts. So yeah, when I go to order the next batch of those, I'll order some zips with... This is Catherine's order, by the way. Catherine from the US. So, let's go with this box. Sketchbook at the bottom with the protective chipboard over top so nothing digs into it. And then any flat items. Got prints, bookmarks, sticky notes. I can't remember everything that's in there, but... and a couple Forest Cuddles pencil pouches. And before I seal the box up, I put this away because sometimes there's like a little pack of stickers or a bookmark sideways stuck to the side of the bin and I might miss it. So put the bin away first to make sure I got everything. So there's already a thank you card with the print, so we just need the freebie sticker. Let's add a sprinkle of crinkle. Paper jam to start the day. That's odd because I didn't just swap out the roll. Sometimes it jams if I had just put a fresh roll in, but this one's been in. There's a lever in here you can use to lift the blade up, and then you can get in there a little easier. Sometimes you can pull the tape out from the front. Other times you gotta go down the crack. This is a crack instance. Oh, that's a hefty jam. I might need better tweezers. These are fine point. I might need flathead just so I can get more grip. Oh. How did I get such a gnarly jam? There's a big piece of tape in there. Look at this thing. The tweezers have to be kind of narrow because I have to be able to get in this crack, so they're not the widest head. I don't think I've ever had such a big piece in there. But it's all bunched up now. It's balled up. Ah! Oh, okay. I think I got all of it. Blade back down. Cut the tape so it's clean. Where are my scissors? I'll give Christian his tweezers back. Oh, my scissors. Because, yeah, the end is a little garbled. So let's cut a nice straight edge. And then I'm going to do a really short piece. I guess I was doing a short piece anyway. But if I was trying to get a big piece, I would first do a small one, just so we don't get an even worse jam. Aha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. And print the label. I always want to throw this out before it prints, but I'm like, no, what if something goes wrong and the page has to be refreshed? Wait till we have the label, then I can throw out the packing slip. Whew. Add it to the pile. I'm going to have to bag those up soon. So I can just scan the barcode on here and it opens up that order. This is for Elizabeth from the UK. We have a notebook and t-shirt. One of the older versions of the pocket tees that I have discounted because it's got the older purple in it. So that, let's put in the 2-inch rectangle. All right, let's do one more for Victoria from the US. Stationary pencil pouch, B grade, and mountain cap print. The tape is coming out so wet, like the colorful side is just soaked. I want to get in a live stream early this week, and I realized today's the best day to do it, so I might do that now. It's a little tricky because I have the 2 packing stations, and I stole the camera from the main station to put here, but I should be able to just reach and swap it. So like pack everything in the buckets, move the camera, then go back to product picking and just kind of bounce between stations. All right, I've made a thumbnail for the live stream, but I realized I should eat before the live stream. So I'll have lunch, then go live. I'm gonna try something new where after the live stream is over, it doesn't publish it as a video. It will still be watchable, but it'll be in the live stream playlist, which is where all the live streams go. Now, I don't know if that means it's not visible on the live tab. Like on my channel, there's videos and there's live. I don't know if it's going to be in the live tab or not, but it'll at least be in the live streams playlist because I was looking more into that. And if it publishes, YouTube treats it as your latest upload and starts pushing that instead of my actual most recent vlog. But the live streams just don't get as much views as the vlog, obviously, and so I'm scared that's hurting the channel. It's probably at least hurting the reach of the vlog that was uploaded prior to it. So that's what I'm going to try doing. That's probably going to result in less people watching the replay of the stream because they might not see it in their subscription feed. I don't know if it'll appear there or not. For sure, while I'm live, it'll be there, but after the fact, I don't know because it's going to be unlisted, so I don't think it will be there. So to watch the replay, if you missed it, go to the live streams playlist on my channel. I've moved the Labubu's. Got a catio baby. Oh, we got two catio babies. Oh my goodness. The stream is now over and I'm getting a little chilly now. I have the window open, as you saw, catio's open, and sweater off because I was so warm packing orders. And then after the stream ended, I was sitting at the computer doing the final settings for the stream and stuff, and that's like a direct draft from the window there. So I'm like, oh, I'm cold now. I need to close the catio. Midnight just came in, but Kiki's still out there. I guess for now I can just put the sweater back on. I was a little sad I couldn't wear it on stream because it's my rider sweater. But yes, during the stream I got through all the orders that were sitting on the table, and then I was picking new orders and I was focusing on the stack that we had skipped previously that had all the embroidery, because Christian's getting a pretty hefty pile. Like, this is still what's sitting here despite me pulling a bunch out from there. So the plan is to continue with those orders, get as far as I can in those embroidery ones, and then switch back to non-embroidery. And we'll be starting on those pre-orders soon, because we have the shirts in for the first round of pre-orders. We're still waiting on the DTF, but that should be coming pretty early this week because it typically arrives quite quickly. And then we'll order more for whatever pre-orders have come in since then. And then I don't know, I still don't know what I'm doing with the cat and dog shirts. Like, am I going to switch to made to order or what? Because, like, it makes sense to keep the design. Like, I put in that effort to make it, and so it makes sense to keep it available. So probably will keep up with made to order. It's just that it's 4 additional t-shirts that we never previously stocked. So, like, our stash of made to order is growing, and then it's like, okay, well, should I make those other colors available for embroidery? I think not, because it is a thinner shirt. Like, maybe that would be DTF only for those Bella and Canvas ones. Because, yeah, when I go to order the second batch of shirts, I could just order some extras and list those as the made to order ones. And what's nice about my materials manager that I use, the Shopify app that tracks the inventory for these shirts, I could also make it track my DTF transfers. So I could say, like, oh, this listing, like this variant on this listing uses this shirt and it uses this size of transfer, and it will track that. So yes, I'm going to take a little break. I might eat supper now. It's a little earlier than usual, but I'm hungry. And then I can resume order packing. Alright, the table is filled up yet again with stuff. I'm going to box up some of this right now. I don't know if I'll get through all of it. I'm getting a little tired. It's 6:30 currently, and I'm sitting here wondering, like, is it worth it to have the split packing station still? Oh, it's not that hard for me to do both stations, like one after the other. So I think I'll keep it split for now just in case, but Christian will still need to do more embroidery tomorrow, and then of course he'll be on pre-order soon. So I might be packing the rest by myself. So is it worth it to keep it split? Maybe, just in case. Just in case. Either way, we'll fully have all the orders done within the 2-week processing time that I set for these shop updates, which is good. What's not good though is that it took us this long to do kind of a medium-sized shop update because we weren't over 1,000 orders. When we do get over 1,000, that's when it takes us the 2 weeks to pack everything. I mean, the processing time is 2 weeks as of when you placed your order. So if you place your order like a week into the shop update, I have 2 weeks after that. Anyway, we're gonna meet our 2-week processing time deadline, but it's with fewer orders than we typically have. Usually, if we had this many orders, which is 700, we would have been through them all by now. But that's just the nature of doing the made-to-order stuff now. And yeah, maybe in the future we skip all the made-to-order stuff for the first while and just focus on getting other orders out, and then do the made-to-order ones last. Because with this shop update, Christian was on the embroidery machine right away, and then once he got too far ahead of me, he joined me, but now he's back on the machine. So yeah, it's a bit of a balancing act with the made-to-order. And I've thought, well, what if I just hide all the made-to-order listings during the big shop updates? But I don't like that idea either, because some people, maybe they're waiting to place one big order in the year, or they're trying to get to the free shipping threshold, something like that. The apparel really helps, so I want to keep it up. But it just might have to be that anything made to order is lowest priority during the big shop updates. We'll just have to play it by ear, I guess, based on the shop update. Just make decisions based on how many orders come in. But it also begs the question, if I release a new embroidery design, is it going to be 100% made to order? Or like, what's the deal with that? Oh, Mickey, hello. Oh, is it time for your treats? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go get your treats. I'm ending the vlog here though, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again for all the orders, and I'll see you guys in the next one.